Kyle, good to see you. This video is for all of our high earners, age 50 plus. They're about to lose a major tax break. Starting next year, workers age 50 and older who earn more than $145,000 will lose a key tax break for their retirement savings. What's new?
This is a big one, Erin. I think it's going to catch a lot of people totally off guard,
Yeah.
especially those that are using this catch-up contribution for their 401k contribution. So
Mhm.
once you turn 50 years old and you participate in a 401k, you're eligible to make what's called a catch-up contribution. And for 2025, that's right around $7,500 that you can contribute in addition to your max of about 23.5 of the standard contribution.
Mhm.
And so what that does is it can help you deduct some more off of your taxes for the current year. And if you've been at your job a long time, you may have gotten used to taking advantage of that extra wiggle room for the tax break.
Mhm. Right. But what's new is those catch-up contributions. Where do they have to go starting next year?
Definitely. So here's what really changes and what's going to catch people off guard is that contribution, that catch-up contribution now has to be done to an after-tax or a
Yeah.
Roth account inside of your 401k.
Mhm. So again, before workers could reduce their taxable income with pre-tax catch-up contributions. So how will this switch to after-tax Roth contributions affect take-home pay and future withdrawals?
Oh, simply put, if you're maxing it out entirely, now you've got about another $7,500 or so that's going to be counted as taxable income. That's going to be
Mhm.
the big impact if you're really fully taking advantage of that. But if you look at it longer term, it may actually have a positive impact on some people who overload their pre-tax accounts, their traditional IRAs, just because they're trying to minimize taxes in the current year. If we're looking out at retirement, if that's all you've got, every dollar coming to you in retirement just about is going to be taxable. So
Mhm.
this might help you build some flexibility into your plan longer term if you have to do it.
I'm glad you brought that up because how should somebody determine if they should be contributing to a traditional or a Roth account anyway?
Well, you need to sit down and you need to try to understand what your retirement income sources are going to be. You need to start thinking down the line. And if you project it out, in your case, for example, if you're somebody that's doing a plan and understanding where your income's coming from, if all your money is going into your pre-tax account and then you're going to have $2 million of pre-tax money, how much is that really worth to you after tax?
Mhm.
And then your Social Security, right? If you're taking taxable distributions from your retirement plans, that can affect the taxation of that as well. So you need to think about all the moving parts that go into the retirement plan when you're deciding whether you should fund the pre-tax or some Roth and what kind of mix you really want to do between the two.
Mhm. So would you recommend other strategies like Roth conversions, HSAs, or other tax advantaged accounts to help make up for that lost deduction?
So I think the HSAs could fit in that role a little bit here if you qualify for them. You know, there's certain qualifications you need to meet. But the money going into those can be deducted just like they are in the pre-tax contributions, and then they grow tax-free, and then you withdraw them for tax-free for certain qualified uh, withdrawals. They need to be approved. So you need to make sure that that's going to the right places. But Roth conversions don't necessarily help out with this in particular, but they could help that big long-term picture that we talked about a minute ago. It could help bring you in balance over time. So you want to look at what's the tax I'm paying today? You know, what does that money really mean to me? Am I really saving long term versus what you could be saving long term by maybe splitting up and getting more serious about Roth along the way?
Mhm, mhm. Yeah, a lot to go into this. It is a big change, like you said, Kyle. So if somebody wants to talk through how this will affect their, tax diversification or their retirement or their take-home pay, what's the best way to reach you with questions?
Definitely. The best way is through our website. That's firstcoastfinancialgroup.com.
Great. Kyle, thank you.
Thank you, Aaron.